Apart from being abducted by traffickers at the age of 4, she also remembered being beaten at Che Music 3. In reality, most children at 3 years old should have little memory. She vaguely recalled being hit at that age, but perhaps the memory was so deeply etched that in her dreams, she could still clearly hear Poppy's scolding. Listen. My daughter should be living a life of luxury. And you only deserve to live forever in this filthy gutter, in the stinking sewer. Kira smiled bitterly. She hadn't expected to have such a dream after all this time. Perhaps dreams revealed one's innermost thoughts. She often dreamed of being Isla and having Mrs. Olsen as her mother. Her clears throat, Matthew asked. What about when you were 3 or 4? Nothing. Kira didn't want to talk about the past. Her condition was peculiar. After iron was introduced into her system, all symptoms of anemia gradually disappeared, and she was fully revitalized. However, she still needed to store more iron, so she had to stay on an IV for a couple more days. Taking in too much in one day could overwhelm her body. She picked up her phone and found a message online. Her username was Miss Eth, and she was fairly well known in the reporter circle. The person who sent her the message was named Josh, who had been following her for over 2 years. Josh wrote, Miss Ease, I won't back down this time. I want to be like you, fearless in the face of authority, and brave enough to expose the truth to the public. If you can see this message, I hope you can give me your blessing. Kira was perplexed as she was puzzling over it. There was a hair music knock at her door. Holly walked in with Connor Hill. Connor kept his head down, looking as timid as ever. When he entered the ward, he first glanced at Kira and then immediately lowered his head again. Hello, Kira. Kira wasn't close to the Hill family members, and Finley Hill had only sought her out for money over the years. This cousin of hers was quiet and studious. He managed to earn a spot at the prestigious Oceanian University through sheer effort. She was still courteous toward him. What's up? Connor then spoke. I came to deliver a letter of forgiveness. Kira was taken aback. Connor then Music looked at Captain Lincoln, who had come in with him, his eyes teary. I consulted with a lawyer. By submitting a letter of forgiveness, even if you're sentenced, it can be reduced to within 10 years. He bowed his head. Kira, I was terrified when I called the police. I didn't mean to. My father wasn't a good person. He got what he deserved. It was my fault that you ended up behind bars. Captain Lincoln frowned. Even if he was a bad person, he should have been punished by the law, not dealt with privately by you. Connor's eyes were bloodshot and he growled. I did report him. When he was gambling, I called the police. But after you arrested him, he was only detained for a month and then released. He continued to gamble. We lost our house. My mom ran off with someone else, and I had no place to live. I had no choice but to work my hardest. He even took my scholarship money. Even his own son was treated like this, let alone his niece. You don't understand our suffering. So don't stand on your high moral ground and judge us. And snorts, he tried to wipe away the tears. I know I shouldn't say this, but when I saw he was dead, I was confused. But now I only feel relieved. After saying this, he covered his face and squatted down slowly. I'm such a jerk. My dad's dead and I can finally breathe. Even though I have to repay this debt of $5 million, I see hope. You wouldn't understand. When he was alive, he was greedy like a bottomless pit. His sobs, hey music, choked his words. Captain Lincoln stiffened but remained silent. Hell laughter clears throat. The only sound in the room was Connor's stifling sobs. Kira said nothing. Others might think she had lived a comfortable life. But the truth was her life hadn't been any better than Connor's. At least Finley Hill had never starved Connor. After a while, Connor finally stopped crying, wiped his tears, and stood up. "I am sorry. I lost my composure. It's okay." Captain Lincoln patted his shoulder. "We understand." Kira then slowly said, "Thank you for your letter of forgiveness, but I don't need it. As I said, I'm not the killer." Connor was stunned, as if he didn't understand. Here I asked about this. If you plead guilty and show remorse, you'll at most be sentenced to 3 years. But if you insist on being innocent, you might be sentenced to over 10 years. "I know, but I didn't kill him. If I didn't do it, I can't admit to anything," said Kira flatly. Connor didn't say anything. After music a moment, he turned toward Captain Lincoln to ask a stupid question. "As my father's son, can I choose not to pursue this matter?" Captain Lincoln said, "This is a criminal case. Even if you don't pursue it, we still will." Connor tightened his jaw and looked at Kira. "Then I can't help you?" Kira shook her head. "That's all right." Again, Connor lowered his head. "Kira, get some rest." I have to leave now." "Okay." Connor took 2 steps away and suddenly turned to Captain Lincoln. "Captain Lincoln, about the money that was found at the scene. Could you give it to me now? I borrowed it from my classmates." The money was scattered on the ground, and some of it was stained with blood, so it was used as evidence and kept at the police station. Captain Lincoln shook his head. "The police department has its rules. It's evidence, and we can't give it to you for now. Only after we have confirmed that there are no clues can it be returned to you." Connor then hung his head. "But that's next month's living expenses for my dorm mates. I promised them that I would return it as soon as possible. All of them had worked part-time before, and they knew that the students needed every hard-earned penny. Suddenly losing 20,000 was bound to cause strain among these students." Kira narrowed her eyes. "All of a sudden," she said. "Wait." Connor then turned back. Kira picked up her phone. "Shamusic, I'll have Samuel give you 20,000 for your emergency needs." Connor's eyes lit up. "Thank you, Kira. As soon as the money at the police station is returned, I'll give it back to you." Kira sent a message to Samuel. Not long after, Samuel walked in with 20,000 in cash and handed it to Connor. Connor's music eyes stung. Panting, he took the money. "My father has borrowed a lot of money from you over the years." "Music, don't worry. Once I start earning money, I'll pay you back. Don't worry about it." "He is he and you're you." Just as Kira finished saying that, there was a sudden click at the door. Everyone turned their heads to see a thin, unfamiliar man, nervously clutching his mobile phone, having captured the earlier moment. When everyone noticed him, the man immediately charged in. "Connor Hill, I knew there must be a financial transaction when you granted forgiveness to the murderer of your father. You are not worthy to be a son." After he finished speaking, he turned his gaze to Kira. Noticing her healthy complexion without any signs of anemia, he scoffed. "What's all this about being on bail pending trial due to a near-death condition? Is this what a near-death condition looks like?" He took out his phone and shot a video of Kira. "So, wealthy people have privileges, right? They can find a way to get bail no matter what." He turned to Captain Lincoln. "Is this how you guys uphold the law impartially?" Music Captain Lincoln frowned and declared sternly, "Journalists are not allowed in here. Please leave." "I'm not leaving." The journalist was very agitated as he directed his camera at them. "I'm live streaming. All these procedures are being broadcast live, and I'll expose you." Captain Lincoln immediately made a move to stop the man. You are invading other people's privacy. When cases are not clear enough, many people are getting away with it. As a citizen, I have the right to know the truth in any case. The young journalist was fearless. Unfortunately, Captain Lincoln had already taken his mobile phone. Cutting off his live streaming, Captain Lincoln was furious. What's your name? Which newspaper are you from? I'll hold you responsible. The young journalist lifted his chin and sneered. Don't try to scare me. My idol is Miss S, who bravely reported on a certain company's pollution discharge, despite the strong power at the time. I'm afraid of nothing but only seeking the truth. Hearing these words, Kira was perplexed. Suddenly recalling the message online from earlier, she was greatly amazed. Are you Josh? Josh. The young journalist was surprised. How do you know that? To listen to the full audio series, install the Pocket FM app now.